Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Hey, is that a bird? Is it a plane? Hey, but they black. I'm greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince, I'm royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen, and ain't no mistake, y'all. Hey, greater than a superhero, yeah, I'm about to take off. I'm a prince, I'm royalty, fly with my cape off. And yeah, I got my power from the king. I'm keeping commandments and I'm staying clean. Israel is the greatest that you ever seen, ain't no mistake, y'all. Sing the Lord a new song, I'm sending up praises. Y'all's amazing, quicken my spirit so heavenly. Kept me alive for another day, his mercy rains down heavily. Charity making a better me. You ain't seeking repentance, you better be. Wanna make it to heaven and see the king? Can't imagine the kingdom is about to be. 12 gates with the 12 name, 12 foundation, 4 walls round. 12 angels standing at the gate with some kings rocking 12-point crown. I'm just speaking the prophecy, teaching it properly. Jacob, now wake up, return of the Lord. Holy Joseph, that's where you slaying, man. Nations gon' fall on the glittering sword. Faster than a speeding bullet, we look like a locomotive or a plane. Spiritual X-Men with the power, fighting red juggernauts, that's Cain. Trusting the prophecy, and it came. Stay in the book, but this ain't no comic. Gotta do power, I spit flames. MCU, see how I'm coming. Hawk out with the vision, I'm hooked with the hammer. War machine, and we bringing the damage. Iron Man, what you heavy to handle. We got the light, they can't blow out the candle. Prince of the power with purple rain.
Isaiah 30 verse 5.
Bring it out.
So again, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us. We bring this to y'all all the time. We've been protesting for years. Y'all ain't even listening. The prophets have been protesting for ages. All right? Real quick, give me 1 Corinthians 2 and 4. Because a protest is a demonstration. That's what it is. So did the prophets, did they hold demonstrations? You damn right they did. But they didn't sit there and tell the white man we matter. They knew that already. They already knew that. Read what you got?
Sir. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 4. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom.
Enticing words of man's wisdom is Black Lives Matter. That's enticing words of man's wisdom. That's not God's wisdom. God says Black lives don't matter. He says Israelite lives matter. Black is not a nationality. Black is a color or a condition. That's all it is. Nothing more. You don't need anyone's approval to know that our lives matter. Because God says your life matters. But the black man requires assistance. He requires confirmation. Oh, master, excuse me, do I matter to you? Yes, sir. Do I matter? That's all that is. Black lives matter, and I'm a man is the same thing being said. It's just a remix. Read on.
But in demonstration of the spirit and of power.
What are we holding?
Demonstration of the spirit and of power.
A demonstration of the spirit and power. That's a protest. This that you see around you is a demonstration of spirit and power. Not walking on horses with your fist up with white folks. That's not power in that. That's called Stockholm Syndrome. That's what that is. Give me Isaiah 30 verse 5.
Bring it out.
You have more? Read on.
Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 5.
Read verse 1.
Verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
The children is referring to is our people. We're the rebellious children. We refuse to do what God says. We want to do what we want to do. We want to do what we say, what we feel. But what you say and what you feel gets you hung. What you say and what you feel gets you shot. What you say and what you feel has them put abortion clinics in your neighborhoods. So what you feel don't work. It never works. Read.
That take counsel, but not of me.
We take counsel of politicians. We take counsel of mayors. We take counsel of police. But not of God. Not of his words. Of our own words. Of our celebrities. Of our rappers. We take counsel of them. Of our athletes. We take counsel from them. God says, listen to me. Not you. Listen to me. Read.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
We cover ourselves with a covering, but not of God's spirit. A covering is Black Lives Matter. A covering was Black Panther Party. A covering covering was the Marcus Garvey movement. Now, those men had a genuine love for their people, but it was not God's covering. Martin Luther King had a covering, but it was not God's covering. Malcolm X had a covering for our people, but it was not God's covering. They loved their people, and I commend them for that, but they did not go to the Lord. They did not go to him. Read.
That they may add sin to sin.
And then we added sin to sin, wickedness to wickedness. That's it, that verse? Read verse 5.
Verse 5. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them.
Read it again.
They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them.
Same thing. We are ashamed of a people. Why are you killing us? What are you doing? What's happening? You are ashamed of a people that cannot save you. You've always been ashamed, always. You have to announce it over and over and over again that your life matters. Like Deacon said earlier, who are you talking to? Who are you asking? Read on.
Nor being help, nor profit, but a shame and also a reproach.
Well, the nation that we rely upon is a shame and a reproach. Verse 7.
Verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain.
The Egyptian goes back to your slave masters, your oppressors. Their help is what?
In vain.
Vain help. Their help is in vain. They cannot help you. Only God can help you. Is that it in that verse? Read on.
And to no purpose.
And to what?
No purpose.
Relying on America is to no purpose. Protesting about your life having a matter is of no purpose. Read.
Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still.
What's that strength to do?
To sit still.
To do nothing. That's their strength is to sit there and do nothing and beg and plead for justice.
Teach.
Black lives matter. When black lives will matter, when they begin to matter to black lives. That's what they will matter. You Negroes asking the white man because he's your God. He's your Wonder Woman. He's your Spider-Man. He's your Batman. So when he kills you, it's an outrage. When you kill you, it's world star hip hop. So miss me with all that, oh, it's an atrocity. Because world star hip hop made millions of dollars off of us killing each other. And laughter and joking. So don't miss me with all that nonsense. Anybody who protests about Black Lives Matter and celebrates 4th of July, you are full of SH, man. You full of it. You celebrate Thanksgiving, you're full of it. You celebrate Christmas, you're full of it. You go to church tomorrow, you're full of it also. You're full of it also. You tearing down statues, right? Why don't you tear them white Jesus statues also? There's a big one in Brazil. Tear that one down too. The one in your churches, tear those down too. That's all white supremacy. All of it. Is more on that? No, sir. Give me Psalms 144, verse 7. Y'all want justice, you gotta follow God's justice. You must seek God's justice, not your justice. Because your justice does not work. Yes, Deacon.
Don't go nowhere. If y'all believe in the 4th of July, you believe in so-called white supremacy. If you're going to talk about your lives matter, because I'm not going to try to attribute anything to that so-called movement that y'all tied up in, because that movement has nothing to do with you so-called black folks. That movement is an LGBTQ movement. That's the reason why they changed the law in the Supreme Court. It had nothing to do with you so-called black people. They used George Floyd as a Trojan horse to get into the Capitol, to get into the Supreme Court. And once they got there, they said, the hell with you so-called Negroes, let's push LGBT and change the damn law. That's what they just did. That's the way they always do black people like that. Use them to get to what they want, and then they kick the Negro off the wagon. And it never was about you. But just to show you how you really think, so-called Black Lives Matter. Huh? What is this here?
Her son got
wow.
76 bullets. They're trying to march for that right now.
Wow, this is terrible.
76 bullets.
76 bullets. How come they ain't dealing with this here? How come this didn't go to the Supreme Court? How come they didn't bring this up in the Supreme Court? No Black Lives ain't said a damn thing about this. They said nothing about lynchings. They said nothing about the murder through the abortions. Nothing. Said nothing about gang banging. Said nothing about the robberies. Nothing.
That's his mother.
Wow. Well, come on, let me let y'all speak on it. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey sis, bring out. Sis, what's your name again?
Monterio Robinson.
Monterio Robinson. Tell what happened to your son real quick.
Yes, sure. My name is Monteria Robinson.
speak loud.
I am the mother of Jamarian Robinson.
Okay,
Okay, I can hold it.
Go ahead. Come this way. Come this way. Come this way.
You want me to turn around?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right here is good, you guys. My name is Monteria Robinson. I am the mother of Jamarian Robinson. Who was Jamarian Robinson? Jamarian Robinson was a student athlete at Tuskegee University at the time of his death. He was a biology major. He played football. He ran track. Jamarian was smart, athletic, intelligent, smart. On August the 5th, 2016, my son was visiting his girlfriend. At approximately 1:30 p.m., her door was battle ram opened by 17 road police officers from Atlanta to Fulton County, to Fayette County, to Clayton County, to East Point, to U.S. Marshal Service with no warrant. Over 90 rounds were fired at my son. Over 90 rounds were fired at my son.
Let them know.
Flashbang grenades were thrown at him, landing on him, burning him.
Damn.
Someone walked up the stairs, stood over him, and shot down into his body, not 3 times, but 5 times. After that, he was handcuffed and drugged down a flight of stairs. I've been out here for over 4 years trying to get justice for my son. I've been out here for over 4 years trying to get justice for my son. After they handcuffed him and drugged him down the flight of stairs, my mother and my brothers arrived on the scene and said, why? Why would you all do something like this? They stated, oh, we were looking for him from a week ago. He pointed a gun at a police officer and took off running. Then they showed my mother of a photo of the person they were looking for. It was not even my son. My mother went, that's not my son, my grandson. My 2 brothers went, that's not our nephew. My older brother then went, my nephew looks like me. He flipped out his phone and showed them a picture of my son. The GBI lady then asked my brother if he could airdrop that photo to her. He did. They took that photo, dropped it on the news that night and said East Point man had a shootout with police today. There was no evidence of a gun ever found on the scene. The gun they put on the scene did not even have my son's fingerprints on it.
But these are things that are going to continue to occur amongst our people because our people have not yet to acknowledge who they are according to the Bible and who their enemy is according to the Bible. We've been telling y'all this for 30, 40 years. We've been protesting to y'all who the enemy is, and y'all refuse to listen. Now the Most High is making y'all listen. Now God is making you listen. You understand? Give me Jeremiah, what trade you get? 9:20.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 21. For death is come up into our windows. Verse 20. Yet hear the word of the Lord, O ye women.
The Lord speaking to the sisters. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye women, O ye mothers, grandmothers, aunts. Go ahead.
And let your ear receive the word of his mouth.
And let your ear receive the word in his mouth. Go ahead.
And teach your daughters wailing, and every one her neighbor lamentation.
Meaning remorse, repentance, sorrow for the sins that you're in the midst of. Go ahead.
For death is come up into our windows.
Death has come up into our windows, whether it be of our own, bullets and so forth, black on black crime, or police violence. Coming to our windows. Read on.
And is entered into our palaces to cut off the children from without and the young men from the streets.
Cut off the children from without and from within the streets. Like Breonna Taylor. Within and without the streets. So our children are being killed left and right. Hung from trees left and right. Because why? We refuse to acknowledge our God. We choose to accept the God that the white man gave us. That God is non-existent. That God is nowhere to be found. Give it Psalms 144 now. Psalms 144 verse 7. So what must we do? What must we do as a people to get ourselves justice of the Lord? What must we do first and foremost? I mentioned earlier, if you celebrating 4th of July, Christmas, and all these customs, you're wasting your time. You breaking, if you're looting and robbing, breaking into Walmarts and Target to steal grills to celebrate 4th of July, you're full of garbage. There's a lot of y'all did that, stealing meat and steaks and chicken to celebrate 4th of July. Y'all full of BS. Read that.
The book of Psalms 144 verse 7. Send thine hand from above. Rid me and deliver me out of great waters.
Great waters is the nations that despise us, that hate us, that start trying to swallow us up, drown us out. Read on.
from the hand of strange children.
Strange children are children outside of your people. They are strange because they are not God's people. They are estranged from God. So they are strangers or foreigners. They are the real illegal aliens. They are the real unlawful illegal aliens on this planet. Everywhere they go, especially the so-called white man, especially him.
Right.
Read.
Whose mouth speaketh vanity.
Whose what?
Whose mouth speaketh vanity.
Whose mouth speaks vanities. Politics, politricks, same thing. Politics, sports, what else? What else? Freemasonry, all kind of nonsense. Holidays, customs, parades, movements, LGBT, another one. That's vain, that's vanity. Why is LGBT a vanity? Why? Because it profits no one. It is a movement that is geared and targeting us because we are the most fruitful people on the earth. So it's population control. Make them embrace and accept these anti-lifestyles because no life comes from that. It's not a matter of me hating homosexuals. It's a matter of their lifestyle being against what God says. God said, be fruitful and multiply. 2 women cannot do that. 2 men cannot do that. So it is a vain lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle at all. There's no life that comes of it. It's just a style that's trending all over the world now. And they're using black bodies as a platform to push it further. They did it to Frederick Douglass, the civil rights movement. They used feminism. Oh, you're slaves? Well, we white women who are rich and own your husbands, we're slaves to our husbands too. So your movement is our movement. This is the 4th wave of it. 4th wave of them. I'm hijacking our movements. 4th time. And y'all still don't get it. The same way the white man used our bodies as a platform to push their agenda, BLM is doing the same thing. First it was Trayvon Martin. Right? Remember that? Trayvon Martin? Somebody forgot that name already. They came out with that. Black Lives Matter. Zimmerman gets off. Where Black Lives Matter go after that? For 8 years. They were gone. Then they pop out of nowhere 8 years later. Oh, Black Lives. Where were you? From all the lives in between Trayvon and Ramarley Graham who died before him. The same month and year, where were you for him? Where were you? We on to y'all, man. We on to you. Rest of y'all out here is ignorant. We on to these bastards out here. These heathens out here. Read on.
Psalms 144 verse 8. Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
Their right hand, what you trust in, is the right hand of falsehood. You shake their hand. Yes, I agree with you. Yes, Black Lives, get out of here, man. We don't need you over with us. Our main issue should be our own people. We don't need white folks to give us confirmation to be with us and march with us. Y'all love that thing. Candace Owens, she love it. Terry Crews, he love it. Kanye West, they love it. Those are modern day Greeks. Modern day Greeks, they are assimilated into this society. They are chocolate strawberries, brown rednecks. That's how that is. Brown rednecks out here. Cooning. Read on.
I will sing a new song unto thee, O God. Upon a psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings will I sing praises unto thee. It is he that giveth salvation.
It is who?
It is he.
No, Black Lives Matter.
It is he.
Civil rights movement.
It is he.
Al Sharpton.
It is he.
Malcolm.
It is he.
Martin.
It is he.
It is God. No one else. Read on.
That giveth salvation unto kings. Who? It is he that giveth salvation unto kings.
Unto the kings. Go ahead. We are kings. We're the gods of this world. Everything on this earth and outside the earth is made for you. The sun exists for you. The moon exists for you. The water exists for you. The nations exist for you. Not with you, not equal to you. They are for you. They are pets on the loose. Their leash is off. But best believe God gonna come back and put it right back on them again. That's their rightful place. There is no equality with God. There's no equality in nature, period. There's always someone that's more superior. Name a time in history where nations are equal. Name a time. Name a time when nations are all equal. Oh, I'm equal, you're powerful, I'm powerful. Name a time. There's always someone superior, and there's always someone inferior. We are superior. We serve a superior God. Other nations, they have no God, so they are strangers. Stop joining hands with them. Read on.
It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David from the hurtful sword. Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children.
You know what David said? He said, rid me and save me from the hand of strange children. That's your white man, that's your Arab man, your African man, your Chinese man, your Japanese man, Iranian man, Iraqi man. Our forefathers said, rid me of them. Get them away from me, not join them. Get them away from me. Get rid of them.
Right.
Pray for vengeance. Pray for their destruction. Pray for their downfall. Not pray for their well-being. Not love them. Not coddle them. Hold them, kiss them, marry them. God says, do not do that. Read on.
And their right hand is a right hand of falsehood, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth.
That our sons may, so when we get rid of these nations, when they're rid of us, when the Most High rids these nations of us, our sons can what?
Our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth.
Our sons can grow up before age, not be killed and gunned down by police at a young age. They can live long, full, prosperous lives. When the Lord rids us of the strange children, not joins us with them, rids us of them, then your children will grow up healthy and strong and safe in their community. Not gunned down, not shot down, not hung from a damn tree.
That's right.
Like a damn fruit. Read.
That our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace.
Our daughters may be what? Be cornerstones, honored, respected, not bees and hoes, not thoughts, dot queens, jump offs, hot girl summer, all that stupidness. That ain't no damn cornerstone. That's a piece of, you know what's a piece of that is. That's garbage. Dressing modest, having self-esteem, self-respect for themselves, not baby mamas, begging for child support from the white man. That no damn cornerstone. Read.
That our garners may be full.
That we may have wealth. Y'all want wealth? When we the Most High gives us a kingdom, then we'll have our wealth. Garners will be full. Read on.
According all manner of store.
Read again.
According all manner of store.
Having all manner of store, your own stores. Your own businesses will prosper. When you are rid of strange children, when you are delivered from strange children, then you'll have your success. Economic success, financial success. Read on.
That our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets.
Which will be our wealth. Go ahead.
That our oxen may be strong to labor. That there may be no breaking in.
You'll have land. No one's stealing our land from us. No more colonization. No more colonizing. That's over. That's done.
Right.
Read on.
Nor going out.
No breaking out. Read it from again. Breaking out.
That there be no breaking in, nor going out.
No breaking in. No robberies. No stealing your land. No going out, meaning going out of your land into slavery. That ends. And the Lord rids us of strange children. Read on.
That there be no complaining in our streets.
There be no what?
No complaining in our streets.
See what God says? When the nations are gone, there's no complaining in the streets. There's no protest anymore.
That's right.
There's no begging the white man to love you. Please, master, please love me. Please, sir, I'll dance for you, sir. That's over.
That's right.
No complaining in the streets. That's what God says. Read on.
Happy is that people that is in such a case.
Happy is that people that is in such a case. Read on.
Yea, happy is that people whose God is the Lord.
Happy is that people whose God is the Lord. Give me Joel 2:27. Only one people have a God that's the Lord. And that's you so-called black and brown people in the so-called African diaspora. You are the children of Israel. God is talking to you and only you. The Bible is your book and only your book. Written to you, by you, from you, for you. Read on.
The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
The Most High said, you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. Read on.
And that I am the Lord your God.
And he is the Lord our God.
And none else.
And what?
And none else.
And nobody else is God but yours. Not all nations, God. He loves the world. The world is you. You are the world. Not that dumbass that song back in the 60s, we are the world. No, 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 no. God says you are the world. Isaiah 45:17. You are the world, God says. None of that kumbaya songs. Them days is ending. Kumbaya, my Lord. The hell out of here. Read on.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord. Not all people. Israel shall be saved. If all nations can be saved, what are they being saved from? What are they being saved from? From ruling? From passing laws? From killing you? Really? Saved from what? Saved from who? They run the planet. They're wealthy. You on the bottom. Wherever you find out people are on the bottom. So why are they getting salvation for? Salvation for and from what?
Right.
That's a slave mentality. Read.
But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
A lot of y'all are ashamed of that. Well, a white man can't be saved too? You are ashamed of your salvation. You are ashamed of your God. You are ashamed of yourselves. You are ashamed of your deliverance. But God says you will not be ashamed. You will not be confused. You will know in that day that God is coming to save you and only you and no one else. Because he's the God of Israel and none else.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.